How important is a social media presence for my studio? Now, I know lots and lots of studios, right? I know so many studios, and probably 9 out of 10 actually have a social media presence for their studio. And I cannot, I just, it doesn't compute with me why you don't have a social media presence for your studio. All right, the engineer has their own social media, but that studio, that brand of that studio, that's what's selling. That's what you want, having its own kind of social media presence. If you want people to come into a studio, they're coming there for the engineer and for the studio. The studio should have a social media presence. I mean, we've got a Facebook page with about 127,000 people on it. Instagram with about, 13,000. YouTube, something around 6,000 to 7,000. These numbers are basically building a kind of a following of people that are genuinely interested in what you're doing and want to see your posts. Otherwise, they wouldn't be following them. And ultimately, what those people are potential clients or people who, they want to see nice pictures of equipment. People follow our Instagram page because they like seeing pictures of nice equipment. We post pictures of equipment. They want to follow the YouTube channel because of these sorts of videos and, question and answer things and A/B comparisons and videos on reviews on equipment. That's why people come to all these different platforms. Now, I'll be honest with you, if I took social media out of the equation for this business, right? I take social media out of it. I stop doing, let's say tomorrow, no social media. YouTube gone. Delete YouTube, delete Instagram, delete Facebook. No social media. I guarantee you, right? The inward links into my website would deplete. Well, not deplete, but they'd go down. The rate of work would also go down, because by no social media, that means no social media advertising, like paid adverts or anything like that, right? So it would literally, I tell you what, my company would go from being up here, would probably go down here. It honestly would. And that's because of social media. And it's so important. You've got to realize how important it is from a business perspective to have a social media presence. Like if you've got, let's say for argument's sake, like we are a very niche market, right? There's not many people to really, like we aren't going to have 2 million, 3 million followers on Instagram. It's just not going to happen because there's not 2-3 million people who are genuinely interested in studio gear. It's very niche. So having, let's say, 12, 13, 20,000 people who are genuinely interested in what you're doing, that's 20, 30,000 or 20,000 people who, when you post something, say, yeah, I've got this new piece of equipment. It is absolutely brilliant. Love it. Listen to how it sounds. Oh, wow, that sounds great. They then come over and get their mastering done. They then come get their mixing done. When they're thinking about, oh, who should I get to do my mastering? Oh, you know what? Them guys over at Audio Animals, they post out a lot. I'll go to them. I've seen all their lovely gear. Yeah. I've kind of created this rapport with them. I've spoken to them on social media. They've commented and we've commented back and we've had a conversation. All these things play a huge part in it. So, I mean, honestly, how important is social media? It's so important. I would say it is the best way, it is the best way of getting your business from zero up to whatever, right? Building your business rapid. Also, if you've got good social media presence, that is how you build that business. That's why, I see so many people, and I know so many people with studios that they're old. They're in their 50s, 60s, and they are old. They didn't grow up with the social media thing, and they don't get it. And this is their problem: is they don't get it, and they don't embrace it, and they don't get involved in it, and they don't get much work. And I know this because I know them. And they say to me, Paul, how do you do it, bro? I'm like, look, it's ingrained in me. I grew up, like, I'm 37 now. I grew up in the digital age, and also I grew up in the kind of physical age of things being very much a physical thing. And then it went to digital, and it went to a kind of an online thing. So I grew up with both of these, so I have good knowledge of both aspects. Whereas you've got my next generation after me, they only know about the kind of the online stuff, and they're very good at that, but they don't have any links to what it used to be like. I'm in a very prime situation where I'm right bang in the middle. It's brilliant for me, but the importance of it is that if you do not embrace social media, it is very, very, very difficult for you to progress and to continue to progress. Because let's say, for argument's sake, if you haven't got a social media, and let's say you're a target demographic of like 24, let's say, for instance, 20 to 24, 18 to 24, that kind of demographic. Now, the best way to reach those people right now from 18 to 24, TikTok, right? That's the best place. TikTok, probably Instagram, YouTube. These platforms, that is the best place to reach them, right? My generation, you're more talking about kind of Facebook. That's where you want to reach them. So if you are trying to reach 18 to 24-year-olds to provide a mastering service, and you haven't got social media, where else are you reaching them? Because you ain't reaching them anywhere else. And trust me, if you ain't reaching them, someone else is. That's the thing with this. Social media is massively important. It is a full-time job. I've got audio bouncing behind me, recording behind me, and I do a video. Right? I bounce some audio. I take some pictures of stuff, post them online. I do everything in between whilst I'm doing my everyday stuff. It's so important to keep it up. And it's not a case of just doing one there, I'll do another video another day. It's a constant one after the other. Right? One every day, one every couple of days, picture every day, 2 pictures every day. That's what's required. And trust me, it really will speed the process along, because how else are you reaching people? Seriously, if you aren't on social media, on all these different platforms, pushing your stuff out there to get people to see you, to kind of understand about you, how else are they actually reaching you? Because it ain't in newspapers anymore. You ain't advertising in them sorts of places. This is the online age where, it's for a very, very long time. I left the studios I was working with 13 odd years ago, because they wanted to just have a open door, they wanted people to attend, and I was like, people don't want to attend, people don't need to attend anymore. I was like, look, I'm going to set up a business which is an online studio, and we were one of the first to do it, because I wanted to take a service and put it online, and for people not to have to come to the studio, and I wanted to open it up to people on the other side of the world. I wanted to be able to have a website that people could just come through, place their order, do the mastering, send it back via the internet, do all of that. We were one of the first to do it, and it took off massively, because it was so streamlined, it was so simple. Nobody had to, there was nothing, everything was just set there. It was so simple for everybody. And yeah, if you ain't embracing that, I mean, you will get left behind.